Hello everyone, please let me know if you can hear and see me okay once someone gets there. Lots of questions in the chat already. Petwaski says, I thought I was the only. Monari, channel member Monari, says the goat is here already and is here early once again. Kelvin says hello. Jessica says hey. Shannon says hey, happy weekend. Mubashir says hello. Anthony says hello. Joshua says hello. Filza says hi. We are live on Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, TikTok, and Instagram today. I'm gonna find some of our questions that we had submitted ahead of time, and we'll cover those in a few minutes. Anthony is in just in time. Star SEO rank, there's your free plug. Says, good to be here, thanks Chris. Facebook user says hey. Keith says hey guys, what's up everybody? Shafula says hello dear, how are you? I'm good, how are you? Hey from Highland, Michigan, what's up? Facebook user. For those of you on Facebook, if you're in a group and you're showing up as Facebook user and you want to have your name show up, you need to go to streamyard.com/Facebook. Andover IT, who I believe I've spoken to recently, if not, forgive me, says hi Chris. Hello, Andover IT. It's your free plug. Facebook user says here we go. Saeed says hey, hey, hey. Munari says, yeah, okay. All right, I guess we'll do a contest here. The URL, oh, it's streamyard.com/Facebook. I'll type it right now. We'll get to your questions in just a second. Yes, mentioned on the YouTube video. Oh yeah. I hope you are all having optimized day. That sounds like I hope you're having a good day. Please don't start with that, Sheffield. That's just not what we're going to be talking about today. Alexis says, hey Chris. All right, let's go ahead and do a quick contest to get even more eyeballs on this. Although for an unplanned Friday afternoon stream, we've got pretty good attendance so far. On YouTube we do. The rest of it, not so much. That's okay. Of course, I sent most of the traffic to YouTube. So, today's contest will, of course, be for some legit merch. Let me go ahead and share my screen. Abir says, how are you? I'm good. How are you? Got a couple people on TikTok. You know, I gotta say, TikTok is much better at sending out your stuff to people that don't follow you than is really any. Fred says, I think that worked. It did. So now you will be eligible for the contest we're about to do for some legit merch. Alright, so today we are going to give away some legit merch and we're going to be typing SEO. So if you want to win some legit merch, you're going to type SEO. And then after we give that away, we will get into your questions. Let me bring up the Legiit store so you can see some of what we have available. If you are on TikTok or Instagram, and there aren't many of you, but If you're one of them, you can come to chrismwalker.tv on YouTube, which will take you right to YouTube so you can play along. Forgive me, I am a bit under the weather, so I hope I don't sound too nasally today. Anthony, New Year might be your turn. Also, I'm noticing that the cameras on my iPhones that are doing the mobile, the TikTok and the Instagram, have much better resolution and lighting than does my expensive Sony camera. I wonder why that is. I look much more pale on there. All right, we're gonna let this go until 4:08 or 09. So keep typing SEO if you want to win. Enter as many times as you like. On Instagram, Tassine1214 says hello. Hello, Tassine. All right, lots of folks saying SEO. We're up to 20 entries now. Hey, Guillermo. Hey, Dan. Anthony, I haven't checked my mail in a couple days, but last I checked, I had not. But I will go check it today. I haven't. I don't check my mail that much because it's mostly junk. But apparently, there's a black hole between Las Vegas and Myrtle Beach that mail just does not go through. Yeah, and that's what I thought, Charles. I haven't changed. I must have changed something on it accidentally because it looks different today. I don't know why. All right, we'll give it one more minute, maybe two, and then we will get into it. And we're just going to do some Q&A today because I didn't have time to really put together a presentation. And for those of you that have been around for years, this was how my live stream journey began, was just doing a weekly SEO Q&A. And I don't know, I just felt like it today. I've been in an SEO mood the last few days. All right, we've got about 1 minute left. Although it looks like it's the same people over and over again, so we may wrap it up sooner. I have a feeling I'm going to have to address that question a few times today, Mo, so we'll get back to that in just a minute. Way to go showing up, even if you're a bit under the weather. Thank you. I wonder if Tassine on Facebook is the same Tassine that's on Instagram. Up to 25 entries now, less than a minute to go. Then we will pick a winner, and I will get into your questions. How far in the weeds does the website... Oh, okay. All right, guys, get your last few chances in. Then we'll go ahead and pick a winner that hopefully will be Anthony, but you never know. And I'm only saying hopefully because he's never won yet out of dozens and dozens of tries. All right, time's up. Let's pick a winner. Fred, see, it's a good thing you went to StreamYard.com/Facebook. Congratulations, Fred. So what you need to do is just go up here and click on course, oh, that's annoying. Forgot to put my phone on Do Not Disturb. And of course somebody decides to call. And it's spam. Anyway, what you need to do is come up here and pick whatever you would like. Don't pick this though, because it's been out of stock for a long time. And then just come over to Legiit and you can do two things. You can come over to Legiit and just use the support chat here and tell them what you want and your mailing address, and if it's something that requires the size, or you can email help@legiit.com and they will hook you up. So congratulations, Fred. I don't know why the picture, I must have messed with the settings somehow on my camera. Anyway, let's get into some questions. Give me just a second to get set up here. Alright, so alright, let's go ahead and get into some questions. Let me scroll up to the top and go from there. Elisa says, hi Chris, with the explosion of AI and what that may mean for SEO, what would you advise for those wanting to carve a career in SEO from scratch in 2023? Should they proceed or do something else? Of course they should proceed. Nobody knows what's going to happen, but there's always going to be data. There's always going to need an information that people need. There's always going to be a need for people to be able to find that which means there's always going to be some form of search, and that means there's going to be a need for people to optimize for that search. So if you want to get into SEO, and I think you should, then you should still do it. And you also don't know what's going to happen with AI. It could end up, ChatGPT could end up being the Clubhouse of 2023. Who knows? So I would just keep going and learn. In relation to my previous question, specifically I'm referring to potential of AI to replace search. AI is not going to replace search. It will be a type of search, but there will always be, that's still a type of search, and it'll just become a questions engine rather than a search engine if ChatGPT were to be, or something like it were to become it. But I think it's too soon for that kind of talk. Again, forgive me, I'm a bit under the weather. Let's see the next question. What is the URL about? Again, okay, that's that. Have you tried I assume that means ChatGPT to generate content? Not for long form content like blogs and stuff, because I still don't think a computer can produce a piece of content as good as a human being. But I have used it for things like product descriptions to help me get ideas on how to write those, or email subject lines and things like that. And it is very good at that. And the better you get at asking it questions, the more valuable you are going to be. Guys, I'm not going to answer this question today. That is how to increase my sales on Legiit. There's more than enough times out there that that's been answered. Why is this being difficult today? Somebody on TikTok says Goku or Gohan, and the answer is clearly Goku. Let's see. Charles says, working on a no-code app using bubble.io. Do you have any specific SEO tips for those? I really don't. If you mean for like ranking your app once it's launched and once it's live, I'm not gonna lie, I don't have a ton of experience in that. I wish I did. I did have a client once that was like a LinkedIn automation software. No, really, there's one of those out there. I say that because there's a ton of those out there. But he didn't stay long enough for me to really do anything. I would imagine that having blog posts that bring in traffic would be the way to go, but I'm going to be honest, I don't want to give you an answer that I don't have a lot of experience with. So for a SaaS, and it doesn't matter if it's no code or not, I don't imagine. But I don't think without knowing the specifics of like the industry and the niche, I can't give you good advice. move. Let me see if this moves up here because I can't see the questions on TikTok. There we go. Much better. And my man on TikTok agrees that Goku is greater than Gohan. All right, now we're into all the SEOs. Are the hoodies back in stock yet? To be honest, I didn't even know that they were out of stock. But message Brittany and ask her, and I'll give her another supplier we might be able to get some from. A beer. Every time I say your name, and please don't take offense to this, but I think of a beer like a drink. So it says, which type of backlink is best for SEO? I mean, that's not specific enough of a question. It depends on the circumstance, but if I had to pick one, I would probably say guest posts. But again, that's not really a question that has an answer. It's a how long is a piece of string kind of question. I'm sorry, Anthony, I don't know. I'll check my mail, but my gut, as much as I hate when people say that, tells me that I did not. Let's see. Just going through all the SEOs to make sure I didn't miss any question. Mo, what's up, Mo? Speaking of Clubhouse, Chat GPT and SEO and Google. What do you think is going to happen? I don't know. I think people are getting shiny object syndrome a little bit with it. That said, obviously AI is only going to get bigger in the future, so who knows for sure. I really don't know. I think if I had to predict something, that in the future search engines will become question engines rather than search engines. And what I mean by that is rather than typing in Italian restaurant near me, which I'm still not convinced that people actually type, but that's another conversation. But you would say, what is a good Italian restaurant in the such and such area? And you would get a human answer back, a human-ish answer back, rather than just a list of restaurants, if that makes sense. That's my prediction. And that would be much better, in my opinion. How far in the weeds does the website SEO go with your audit tool? I assume that you mean the dashboard, which I conveniently have on the screen right now. Again, I don't really know what you mean by in the weeds, but it's going to only grow. But right now it has, backlink information. Soon it will have on-page SEO information. It has a rank tracker, an uptime monitor, a page speed report, a content audit. Kind of like, I don't like comparing things, but like Surfer or Page Optimizer Pro, a task manager, a to-do list type of thing. A social caption generator, backlink information. It gives you automatic suggestions on how to fix things. It gives you a project manager and then some other things. And then you can add multiple campaigns now. So you just go add new campaign. Or you can, let me show you the view all campaigns. If you haven't already signed up for multiple campaigns, you can come up here and either get Legiit Plus, so you can get 3, or you can get an agency plan, which will get you 20. And by the way, if you sign up for either of these today, you can message me and I will hook you up with a Legiit Leads account of the same level. So that's that. So if you want to, Dan, I don't really know how to answer, how far in the weeds. I don't know what that question means specifically, but as time goes on, it's going to be more and more in depth. So, and if you look here, it says speed up your site. You can see I have a site speed, so it'll say I can either add that to my to-do list, or I can go to things that can help me do it, help me fix it. And these aren't always going to be services. There'll be some training there as well, but and as the AI gets more information from more campaigns, it'll get smarter and therefore it'll give you more and better suggestions too. So I don't know what you mean by how far in the weeds, but I think it's a lot. Scrolling through the SEOs. Fred. No, it wasn't Zuckerberg this time. It was a spammer. Excuse me. Best practice for implanting a second location website. Separate website or same domain location page. How to structure with service pages. A second location. If it's part of the same business with a second location, I would keep it all on one domain. So if you go, you could do it as a subdomain if you wanted, but I would just do it as Facebook users gardeningcompany.com, and then you can put /Myrtle Beach /New York /Boston, and then you could have service pages. It's a bit elaborate to explain in one presentation without a presentation ready, but let me show you a site that we use in Superstar SEO Academy to demonstrate a good layout for it. And this is a random plumbing site that Scott, one of our coaches, found. But what they do is, where is it? They've changed things around a little bit. Of course they have. There it is, service areas. But you could do something like this, and then just go over to like the Kansas City page, and then you see how it links to the different services. This is a great example of a site like that, and this is how I would do it. I would not do a separate site. So I can go into that more in depth when I'm prepared if you want, and I'd be happy to. So let me know. Guillermo, what's up, buddy? Chris, is the Legiit course on Superstar SEO library updated? I'm not sure which course you mean. If you mean Legiit Freelancing Mastery, it's mostly a marketing course, so yes. Some things are going to look different in it, but yeah. And then you can also get a similar course here on Legiit Courses. We have courses built right into the platform too, for those who don't know. That's this one, and that's kind of the same information too. So between the two of them, you should have everything that you need. Evan says search is a powerful tool, can make you or break you. Excuse me. When you do SEO work, you know exactly what Google loves. I don't agree with that, but I get what you're saying. And know what his site spam score is in Google's spam brain. My tip to share Legiit family good luck. Let me read that again. Search is a powerful tool, can make you or break you. When you do SEO work, okay, I see what you're saying. Know exactly what Google loves, and know what his site spam score is in Google's spam brain. My tip to share, yeah, I agree. I largely agree. I think it's a bit more complex than knowing what they want, because they're pretty inconsistent with it, and especially with the spam stuff. But I agree. Know what works and do it. You know. Afan says, "Thank you for the great dashboard on Legiit. It is so good." Thank you. We've put a lot of time and effort and arguments on direction and late nights and everything else into that. So I'm glad that you guys like it, and it's only going to keep getting better. Like, we've had it out for less than a month, and it's like people are already canceling Ahrefs, they're canceling SEMrush. They're using this as kind of their home for their business. So Alyssa says, thanks. Thank you, Alyssa. Working on a no-code app. I think I covered that already. I'm assuming that this is an answer to Charles's question about a no-code app. If not, forgive me. But Jim, who is the co-founder and head of development at Legiit, says App Store ads tend to work really well. So there you go. This is from Crafted Memories, says how many PBNs are too much for a website on a monthly basis? It just depends, It depends on the niche. It's basically, the answer is however many you need to rank. Any more than that is too many. Any less than that is not enough. So I would just keep doing them strategically until you get where you want to go. Start with 5 or 10 or less, depending on the niche, and just keep hammering away until you see results or you realize you're not seeing results. Luis says, hey Chris, do you mind talking about Freepreneur? What are your goals with that Facebook group? I'd like to learn more about it. Sure. That's a program that I'm hoping to have out. I'm not going to hold myself to it, but excuse me. By the end of the month, that is designed to help people grow in their lives and free them from whatever's holding them back. It could some of the, I actually have the outline of it ready. Let me bring that up and I can kind of walk you through it. So hold on. That'll be easier because I work better with visual aids, not the disease. Is that a weird thing to say? So this is the basic level. This will be free to everyone. Now these aren't filled in yet, but this is the program and the design. I've been thinking about the value I can bring to everyone, and I think that the way, the benefit of the experience I've had and the most important lesson I've learned is that I want to be free to do whatever suits me, whatever the case may be. And I found that there are 4 things that can help you or hinder you in that area, and that's what the free level is going to be about. And then that's what the Facebook group is about as well. Then this is just the basic introduction. Then there's the fundamentals, and then there's what I call the 4 pillars, and those are mental freedom, physical freedom, emotional, and financial freedom. And I think that without having all 4 of those in order, you can't really live the life you want to live. So that program is going to be designed to help people achieve those. And that may sound cheesy. That may sound, what's that dude's name? It may sound Tate-like without the machismo, but that's what I think my experience can best benefit other people with. And then there are going to be a couple more levels to this too for people that want to invest a little bit. But this portion is going to be free. All I really need to do now is record the videos, in which once my voice gets a little better, I'm going to do. So most people will probably be most interested in the financial part, but for me, I see a lot of people that just are suffering and aren't happy and aren't free, and I want to help with that as much as I can, and that's going to be the point of that program. And I call it Freedompreneur because I want you to have freedom, but what entrepreneurs do is build things. So that's where the preneur part of it comes, and I think it's just a cool name too. So I hope that helps answer that. I'm really looking forward to that program. Any chance you want to do a 30K foot review of a website and need? Well, I have them nearsighted, so yeah, sure. Sure, just bang that into the chat and I'll help you out as much as I can. With website audits, is there an order you would correct issues in? Yes. 1 second. The first is to fix anything that's broken. So broken pages, broken interlinks, and then the next thing I would do would fix any of the other on-page issues. And again, with the interlinks, the on-page, that sort of thing, site speed, all of that is going to save you so much time and money. It's like building the foundation of your house, and everything you do is going to build upon that. So that would be the thing I do first. And then once you do that, and then you can go into content. I'm really sorry, guys. Into content optimization, and you'll be able to get that right. By then, you're already going to start to see huge improvements. And then from there, you can go into the more fun stuff, the backlinks and the other advanced stuff. But get all that stuff right, and that's the order I would do it in. So fixing stuff that's broken, site speed, and then like technical / on-page, things like interlinking, meta tags, meta titles, then content optimization, then wait and see where you are, and then get into off-page. Do you know if there's a code of conduct or code of ethics for web professionals doing design, development, and SEO? I mean, I don't know if there's like a legal binding thing, but my philosophy is don't be an asshole. For the most part, most of us know everything that we should or shouldn't do. We know when we're doing something we shouldn't do. For example, copying somebody else's copy, their website text, that's something you shouldn't do. Stealing people's courses and things like that, something you shouldn't do. Recruiting other people's clients, something you shouldn't do. Copying the way people speak, things that you shouldn't do. Things like that, we all know that we're doing something wrong when we're stealing from other people or more than emulating other people. Things like that, those are absolutely bad. But really, you just have to be a good person and use that as your guiding principle. If you're doing things that you know are wrong, even if you don't want to admit them to yourselves, we always know when we're doing something that's wrong. That's it. Another good way to look at it is if you do like, say, some advertising or a technique of some kind, and you say something like, technically, I didn't do anything wrong, that means you did something wrong, because you're just justifying it to yourself with technically. So I don't know if that answered your question. I know, obviously I'm not an authority. I mean, well, nobody is really an authority on what's right and what's wrong, because it's subjective, but that's the best answer I can give, is just be a good person and let your values go through that. How do you estimate keyword difficulty if Ahrefs and SEMrush have different opinions on keyword difficulty? I don't care about keyword difficulty. I look at keywords that I want to rank for, and then I go rank for them. You know, I mean, I don't let the difficulty, that's partly because I don't do niche sites. If I did, then I would probably just look at the competition, and I wouldn't look at any particular keyword difficulty score. But generally, the projects I go after, I pick the keyword that will most benefit the site owner or the customer or the client or whatever it is, and then I do what's necessary to rank for it. Excuse me. Google ranking done by AI has being since indexing worked. I'm not sure what you're saying there. The SEO audit, I already answered that. I have a client that services multiple cities and states, but they don't have a brick and mortar location where they can visit them. Tips on how to build directory citations with multiple addresses. Do they have, if they don't have more than one address, it's going to be impossible. If they have multiple addresses, you just build the same ones for each location. So even if they don't have a location where someone visits them, you know, there must be some location, right? There must be an office or something. So you just build them around an address. If you only have one address, you can only do one set of citations. If you have tons of addresses, you can do one set for each location. What is SEO stacking? Do you mean like entity stacking, or I guess I need the context before I can answer that properly. Hi, sir. How can I increase fastly indexing backlinks, which is very powerful? Oh, easy. You come up and you go to Legiit and you type in Keith 4444 and you search and you buy this service, and he will get most of your links indexed if it'll ever load. For whatever reason, whenever I'm doing a live stream, my bandwidth goes to 0. Yeah, just hit up this guy and he'll get them indexed for you. I've used it myself. So that's what I do, is either use him or use the technique that he uses. So I've been trying to optimize my location-based landing pages, content, and off-page web design business, stuck on second or third page for a while for most of my keywords. Please provide any advice on content optimization in general, or advice on a specific website if I provide URL. I can do either, but my guess is that you probably don't have good interlinking, or you don't have good backlinks, or your content is just not unique enough. But it's hard without a specific, so I'll do it, but caveat, everybody watching is going to see this, and you never know if it's a nice person or not. So, have you ever used or recommended any mass page builders? I have in the past. I don't anymore. I don't find that it's just too hard to get them indexed, and I don't like them anymore. Alexis says, could you give a brief overview of any new affiliate marketing trends you're aware of in 2023? Any material changes to watch out for? So, I'm actually more interested in display ads now rather than affiliate marketing as a channel for niche sites. So Ezoic, AdSense, AdSense is the lower tier, and I'm drawing a blank on the other one, Mediavine, things like that for monetization rather than affiliates, because you can generate non-commercial traffic and still get paid. So that's the direction I'm going. Question from LinkedIn, Mohammed says, do you think you would consider CPM-based advertising model replacing the current sponsored advertising system? I don't know. I don't know. Current sponsor. You mean for like display ads on your site? Is that what you're talking about? Maybe if you just be more specific, but yeah, I don't know. I think that the current system needs some work. I think Apple really, pardon my language, really fucked that up for everybody. If you're talking about running ads for yourself, for fuck's sake. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to give you a bad answer. Do you have a reseller program for what? If you mean for Legiit, we have an affiliate program. We don't have one quite yet for the dashboard, but I guess we need to get that going. What is the biggest factor you think in ranking GMB listings, CTR manipulation, geo images, or actions? What's been most important to me lately is optimizing the Google site properly and leveraging that. So, and then some other hacks have been things like Google News, Google News posts and things like that. Biggest factor though is getting your GMB absolutely perfect. Do you think you would consider CPM based advertising model in future on Legiit? Oh, okay. Not necessarily. However, one thing we are going to be doing is changing it around and adding more opportunities, and there will be newsfeed ads, and then some of this is going to get cleaned up, and there will be different positions, more positions, because we have people every day that want to buy it, but we can't meet the demand, you know? So there will be more opportunities. I doubt it will be CPM based, but it will be more fair, because there are, like, you're right, because some of these are locked up for literal years. Like, I'm pretty sure this category is locked up till 2025. Which sucks for everybody because, well, except for these guys, but because like nobody else can buy it, which means that they don't get the exposure, but it also sucks for Legiit because nobody else can buy it. So we will be revamping that in the near future. It's a priority. Definitely a cool name. Okay, let me, this is harder than I thought it would be. All right, so affordable mattress store, Holland. Hopefully I typed that right. Because I can't copy and paste from here, which is irritating. That's something they need to work on. Give me just a second while it loads. Video vault, and I'll come back to you in a second, Fred. Your site's loading, not loading quickly. I may have typed it wrong though. Oh, there it goes. Never mind. All right, I forget specifically what you asked me, other than just an audit. But anyway, first of all, pretty girl looking at the camera is always a great start to a homepage. I don't say that in any chauvinistic way. I say that because it's proven to work. Mattress, affordable mattress store of Holland, Michigan. I was thinking Holland like the country. Do you just have the one page? Update your copyright date, still says 2021. Do you really just have the one page? Am I missing something? Well, the 2 pages? If not, if so, then you probably need to get some more content. Like, it's just not going to be thick enough. I would get like at least some location pages or some product pages for some of this stuff, and maybe a blog. Like, that's my biggest feedback right away is, oh, here we go. Well, no, that's just a picture. Yeah, this needs a bit of work. Like, you should have product pages for each of these mattresses rather than linking to a PDF. I would make pages for each of those and then optimize them. Yeah, that's where I would start. Is fill out some product pages, fix this. I don't know if the site speed was because I'm live, but if it's not, then do that. I would definitely hook this up to the dashboard though. the Legiit dashboard. Just go to legiit.com/dashboard and hook it up. Look at your site speed. You'll know all that you need right away. But my biggest feedback, you definitely need to get more pages. Because you're just never going to be able to build any kind of authority, and you don't have anything that makes me want to buy either. Like I don't get to see any of the mattresses or anything like that. So that's kind of what I would do. That's just a quick, analysis. Definitely go in if you haven't already. This is free, so just go in and hook it up to the dashboard too. Whew. Video Vault says there's a leader on YouTube channel, Dumb SEO Questions. Says running an SEO scan on a site without the owner's permission is unethical. What do you think? I think that guy's an idiot. Like, I hate to be that direct, but I was in his Facebook group for a while years ago, and they were like picking through what used to be called PBM Butler and is now called SEO Butler's website, like they were a bunch of fucking conspiracy theorists going through Zapruder film, trying to pick things out. They're like, see, this site used to be called PBNs, so they were unethical selling PBNs. But that guy, he's been in SEO forever, and he doesn't, to my knowledge, he's never done anything, and he's kind of like a hipster of SEO. So I don't have anything against him personally, but his holier than thou SEO attitude bothers me, and I wouldn't take anything seriously. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with doing a scan on a website without somebody's permission. Like, it's out there. Like, no, there's nothing wrong with that. It's not like you're stealing their private data or anything like that. If that was the case, then tools like Ahrefs and SEMrush, and even Google for that matter, are being unethical because they have to scan people's websites in order to get information from them. So that's a really dumb take now that I think about it, because that's how literally any search engine gets information, is scanning someone's website. So that's stupid. Do you think SEO analysts should have a code of conduct, code of ethics, and a professional organization like they have in accounting? No, I mean, I do and I don't. I do see why there may be a need for that. Excuse me one second. Because there are some shitty people in SEO, and then there are shitty people in SEO that don't know that they're shitty. And what I mean by that is there are people that are selling SEO that have no clue how it works, how to fulfill it, how the people that they're outsourcing to fulfill it are doing it. I do think that's unethical because you're taking somebody else's livelihood into your hands. But at the same time, a regulation is never good for business. So, no, I think it would be a net negative, but I do see why it would be useful. Entity stacking. So that's basically used, for lack of a better, it's going to be hard to go into in one thing, but it's where you stack different properties, different entities together to build out the entity authority. That's not really the right term, but like a Google stack would be a Google Drive, a Google Sheet, a Google presentation. That's creating an entity around it, and then stacking them is linking the different ones together. This isn't a great explanation, but I'm running low on breath. But yeah, that's kind of the idea, is to create entities that are related to your brand to help search engines realize that you are an entity and then rank you for things. So let me give you a sort of an example. Hopefully it's working today. Okay, it changes constantly, but if you look, this is my Google Knowledge panel type of thing. They keep changing the way it looks. But you can see it knows that this is my YouTube, my LinkedIn, my Facebook, my Pinterest, my IMDb page. I do have an IMDb page and things like that. You see how it has associated the entity, and then that's what an entity is. And then the entity stacking would be this going over to Legiit entity. So I feel like I'm explaining this poorly, but you see how it even knows that Legiit is me? So, and actually ours is not showing up right now because of course. But that's basically it, and I'll get a better, is Legiit good? It's a freelance marketplace. Interesting. Who owns Legiit? Sorry, now I'm getting curious what it thinks of me. Hey, at least it knows that. What is Legiit.com? Is Legiit better than Fiverr? I don't know where they got those numbers, but anyway. Yeah, that's how it works. And I will do a much better job answering that in the future. I apologize. Whew. I already answered that. I heard that link indexing guy is pretty good. He learned from the best. SEO stacking is the practice of stacking multiple SEO techniques. This can include using multiple techniques such as That's another way to put it. I don't think of it that way, but yeah, there you go. That might be a better explanation than what I gave. Tips. I'm going to try to make it for the full hour, guys, but tips on how to make 5 to 10,000 per month with SEO, but I don't want to build an SEO agency. Your thoughts on how to do this as a freelancer? To be honest, if I only made 5,000 or 10,000 a month as an SEO freelancer, I would be in trouble because I depend on it a lot. So I would just come up with services that you can charge a good amount for, $200 to $300 per service, and do freelancing that way. You can also do, of course, you can also do, affiliate, you can do ads and things like that, but I would come up with some services that you can charge a good amount for, but also some low dollar services to ease people into using you. So you can see I have a variety of things, but that's what I would do. And you're gonna have to know how to do things, so you're gonna have to learn some valuable skills. I wish that service sold better, but that's what you need to do, in my opinion. Can you explain what NLP is when it comes to content writing? NLP stands for natural language processing. And it's where you use English sounding words, not sounding, but like natural words in your content. So rather than, if you want a great SEO agency in Myrtle Beach, because that's forcing the keyword in, natural language processing would be, Sorcerer Digital is an agency in Myrtle Beach that helps businesses with their SEO. So working that in like that. And then if you use tools like Surfer, it will give you specific suggestions on how to work those into sentences too. Hopefully that answered that. I feel like I'm giving crappy answers as I run out of energy. Do you have any advice on creating YouTube automation channels? And boy, I wish I did. I keep seeing ads for that, and the programs are like $70,000. It's very appealing to me, though. I'm not gonna lie, but no, I don't. I don't have good information on it. I saw a course on it, but I had a feeling it was good. It was like $500, and I just didn't get a good vibe from it. So no, I don't. Video Vault says, do you use WordPress? Do you agree with statistics that 70% of all new sites are WordPress, and at the same time 66% of all websites are hacked at least once a year? Yes, yes, and yes. Yeah, I still use WordPress because it's more than half the internet, and it's the easiest thing to use, and it's the most well supported, which is why it's also the most easily exploited. So yes, I do agree with all of those things. But really, I wouldn't let the fact that it gets hacked a lot stop me, because a hack could be anything. So just not being WordPress isn't going to keep you from getting hacked. Sure, you got to switch it to users. Switch it to users. Keith 444. Or you can just go straight to it. What did I miss? Go back and watch. Never mind, I found Keith. Oh, there you go. Yeah, I want to rank across my town, mattress stores near me, etc. I'm on page 1, position 6, 7, plus contact page. Excellent, thank you. How would I go about seeing search results at different places around my town? There's a couple different tools. You can use Bright Local, I think, has one. Location checker. That should get me there. Yeah, so what you can do is I would still do this in an incognito window just to get as clean a result as possible. But that will do it for you. By the way, does anybody actually like the infinite scroll in Google? Because I do not. So anyway, that's the tool that you can use. And there's another one, it's like I search from. So. I think you're right on with your view on scanning sites. That guy's website also has poor SEO. Yeah, I was going to bring that up, but I didn't. Get NyQuil or Cortisone, take 2 shots for Fred, working for me. Thank you. I mean, I was feeling pretty good, but it's killing my voice. Took your Superstar course. I now understand SEO. Still not how to create SEO products like guest posts, social SEO, and other services. Do you have well, in Superstar SEO Academy, we teach guest posts, we teach PBNs, we teach most types of link building, Web 2.0, and citation. I don't teach how I do social signals because there's literally only 3 people in the world that know that, and I've kept that to myself on purpose, and I'm never going to teach anybody that, so I'm sorry for that. But no, I mean, there's training in there. Let me bring it up, actually. Where is it? One was it SEO? No, it's link building right in front of my fucking face. Link building guide. Guest post, link outreach. You see there's a whole section in there on it. And then you can come back. Google Stacks. There's a section on it. All about PBNs. Big section on PBNs, including Web 2.0 PBNs. So that we have most of that in there. The only thing I don't show is how I do social signals, and I'm never going to show that. Do you think GMB data provided by Google is the future while business websites diminish? No, I don't. Because I think the importance of GMB is overstated. I think some people prefer to still go to a website and learn about somebody, especially when it's not an I need this right now type of thing. Prefer old pages. I'm not sure what you're talking about there. Why won't you share your knowledge on social signals? So are there some things you will teach and others you won't? What are they? Social signals is the only thing I've never taught because it's a proprietary method that I developed. And as soon as I do it, there are going to be people that are going to rip it off and make it not work anymore. So that's the only thing I'm not going to teach. It's an affordable thing you can get. You can get social signals from other people, but they won't be as good as me. But it's literally the only thing I've never taught. And it's literally the only thing I will never teach because it's... I didn't learn this lesson as quickly as I should have, but that build in public crap that a lot of people think you should do is a bad idea because people will rip you off and copy what you're doing and make it less effective and things like that, and it's just bad business no matter what the startup bros say. So I am not going to teach how I do social signals ever because it's a proprietary method that I've invented, and it's an important part of my SEO process, and if I revealed how I do it, other people would copy it and make it not work. That's why. Oh, the pages was about, yeah, I prefer the old pages too. It's so, I don't know, infinite scroll is just annoying. And like, as an SEO, it sucks too because it's so, you have to like count the spots to know what page you're on rather than go page 2, position 5 is number 23 or whatever, or 14. So. The reason I ask about GMB is because when setting up a Google ad campaign, I asked if I wanted to point to the GMB or the website. Isn't that weird? Well, it is weird. I haven't seen that, but they do have those. There are Google Maps ads. I forget what they're called, but that might be what they were asking about. So, but yeah, I get it. Like, but in my opinion, if I'm looking for, I don't know, a nanny, for example, which is funny because I don't have kids, but I'm not just gonna pick somebody that shows up first on Google Maps. I'm gonna like research their site and do that a little bit. So I think with that there will be always a need for organic as well. And plus, like, there are niches where maps just don't make sense. Oh my god, the phone calls. 100% are reporting the results, pain in the Well, just like looking at it, I don't like it. But it could just be that I'm getting older and I'm not as good with change. All right, guys, I almost made it the whole hour, so I'm gonna go the other 4 minutes. So if you have any more questions, let me know, and I will answer them, because that's what you do with questions. I didn't get to any that were in the group, so maybe I'll do another video tomorrow and answer those. Maybe not tomorrow, but once my voice is back up to it. But if you have any more questions, you got 3 minutes left. Otherwise, we will call it good. Not much of a turnout on TikTok today. Oh, oof. What service is the easiest way to start selling SEO? Probably simple things you can do, building, free links like citations or Web 2.0s and things like that. Or if you know how to do keyword research, you can sell that. If you know how to do on-page, you can sell that. Things like that would be what I would where I would start. Basically, anything you know how to do is the easiest thing to sell. Maps is useful if you're looking for a shop or business location, but I'd check out the organics. Do you have a recommended tool for seeing local maps with the red, green, yellow dots? Yes, Legiit. Let me log into my account. I've had the owner on here on the channel a couple of times, but that's my preferred tool. Let me. It works really well with my affiliate link. Let me show you Legiit. Yeah. There is the lead snap. I don't have anything hooked up to it at the moment, but let me just log out. I have, no offense, Patrick, but I'm double dipping, and I have getting myself an affiliate commission on myself. This is it. This is the tool, and it does a lot of other stuff too. It's really designed for rank and rent. It's a really great tool. If you look on my channel here and on YouTube, I have the founder on, and he did a really in-depth review. It does a lot of great other stuff, but it does do the grid, so the heat maps, and that's my favorite tool for that. Video Vault says thanks for the insights. Facebook user, I'd really appreciate it if you could do some advice on content optimization for this landing page. Okay, let me see if I can find where you are and copy that, because it's really hard. It's a copy from my software. Yeah, I'll just do it. I am webdesigns.com. /webdesign leads. I mean, without, running it through tools. At a glance, the on page looks okay. What I would do, dude, is just stick it into, too many windows open now, into the dashboard, so you can get like a content audit and a backlink audit and stuff. But at a glance, the on page looks okay. I'm not a fan of these stock images. If you could get some images of like your actual team and yourself, I think that would look better, but from an SEO perspective, it doesn't matter too much. Let's take a look at the links. I'll give you a Wikipedia link. Yeah, the at a glance, the link profile is a little on the weak side. Let me look at the anchors. If anything, I'd say you've gone too heavy on the keyword anchors, and you need to break that up some with just, you know, some generics and things like that, and some branded. And I think that would help. Page has no keywords. Did I miss that? Some. But yeah, I mean, it needs some work. I would break up the anchor text. That's where I would start. All right, guys, I gotta go. I'm cooked. Thanks for coming. Site has a taxation overage and should be greater than 15, as high as 25. All right, guys, I'm shot. I appreciate you coming. I'm sorry that I haven't sounded that great. I did my best. I hope you enjoyed this. We're going to start doing these again. Hopefully once a week, you know. But yeah, so sign up for the dashboard. It's completely free. It's just legiit.com/dashboard. It will answer a lot of the questions you guys were asking me today. It'll show you, you know, your on-page audit. This isn't a great example because it's the branded term, but it'll show you that. You can look at your rank, your backlinks, and a lot of other stuff. And it's totally free. So check that out. It's legiit.com/dashboard. I'll drop that in the comments/chat. Enjoyed you, Chris. Thanks. Thank you, Video Vault. Thank you, Guillermo. Thank you, Danny. Thank you, Keith. Thank you, Fred. Thank you, Peter. Thank you, everybody. Let me do this. I appreciate you. This was a lot of fun. We're going to start doing these again. I missed these. So if you have questions, you know what I think I'll do? I think I'll make a post on Mondays in the Superstar SEO Facebook group with questions for the week. That way, if I get a week where nobody shows up, I still have some things to talk about. So the people that show up live will get the priority though. So, all right, guys, thanks so much. I'll see you next week, and I'll probably have some content before then too. So I appreciate you. I'll see you soon. Figure out what you want out of life and go out and get it, because you owe it to yourself and you owe it to the world. Instagram and TikTok, thank you for the 3 of you that showed up there too. Peace.